us succeed. Let's make sure that history never forgets the name. Enterprise. Guard out.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Greenville, I am calling battle station. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Good luck.
Stand by.
Ready. Commencing calculations. Zoom me there.
Cross the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Got to lock onto his coordinates.
And for my next trick, I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them.
No, sir. Ah! All 13!
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Good evening, guys. Good morning. I hope you're all doing well, wherever you are in this wonderful world of ours. For me, it is Saturday night, baby. 9 o'clock for you. I guess it's 7 o'clock, right? In England, unless you're in America. Oh, yeah, wherever you are. I hope you're having a good time. I have had a fan-dabby dozy time, right? I've had a fan-dabby dozy Sabbath. Very, very restful. And I've had a bit of a major life change, right? I've had a bit of a major, what's the word I'm looking? Yeah, a major holistic life change. It's been totally wild. I'm looking forward to telling you about it. A lot going down, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1 week away. We are 1 week away from the new era of Doctor Who, if you want to call it Doctor Who. Look, it's getting weirder and weirder by the minute, isn't it? It's totally getting weirder. On the wrong side of my cup. 1 second. Is it like, would we be able to call this Doctor Who? I don't know. It's very tied to the Chibnall era. Which, okay. I mean, look, for me, everything post Capaldi, not Doctor Who, right? And yeah, I know. But it's official. But the BBC, but yeah, no, it's not Doctor Who, right? Doctor Who. In fact, if I control over the meter of the universe, here's how I would restructure streaming services like that, like Disney or anyone hosting Star Trek, Star Wars. I would have, I like the titles. The titles are good. We have have the classic Star Wars, the original trilogy. Something, the prequels, the cartoons, whatever, all different things. And then I would have a thing called a tile called INO, in name only. But we've got to come out with another thing. Infinite, I don't know. We'll have to come up with some other acronym, right? But it'd be INO, in name only. And that's where everything post-Capaldi will go to. It's just been dire. I'm sorry. It's been dire. And this new Rusty Davies era, not been good, frankly, right? And the reason it's not been good is not because he's not a good writer, because he is a good writer, right? But no one can write well when they're being stifled, right? No one can write well when they're scared, when they feel like they're surrounded by eggshells. Oh, right. Remember that great Capaldi, it was the Dalek two-parter in the second season, right? Over the second season, and you had like the hand mines, right? And the kids, the young Davros is surrounded by them, and he can't move. That's how Rusty Davies feels, right? He feels like he is surrounded by landmines, right? He feels like he's surrounded by landmines. And he simply cannot move, right? He can't move left or right because he's scared of doing the wrong thing, right? He's scared of doing the wrong thing. To tell you, not good, ladies and gentlemen, not good. But yeah, I mean, look, why did the first thing they did? Was it the Children Need Special? Why did that suck? Because other than it being shit. It sucked because obviously the Davros, right? Obviously, but the Davros made everything about it work. He couldn't write a good skit because he was too busy showing off how he wasn't prejudiced against people in wheelchairs. Who is prejudiced against people in wheelchairs? Like, who? Who in the world? Oh, fuck those people in wheelchairs, those cunts. Like, who? I've never, ever met anybody prejudiced against wheelchairs. It never happened. And like the stupid ramp he put in at the end of the giggle, again, it's a virtue signal. I don't understand, because I feel Russell's a reasonably virtuous person. Why does he need a virtue signal? I mean, I don't get it. And Jinx Monsoon just came out pro Hamas. Well, that's good for you, Jinx. Okay, good. I think Jinx is Jewish, isn't he? Yeah, Jinx. Let's see how you do. A transvestite Jew walking down Hamas. Go and hang out with your buddies, mate. Go and hang out with your buddies. Frankly, I think we could make peace with Hamas. Israel can make peace with Hamas. You know how? If we make a deal that they go and break up those student protests, right? Let them see what it is that they're supporting, right? A few rapes and murders, people being, maybe they won't be so on board for it. I know, but they'll probably blame the Jews anyway, right? It is Israelis. It is the apartheid that makes that. This is Colombia. No, but it's a fair reaction. The other thing that always amazes me, they all go, Israel is an apartheid state. It is apartheid, an apartheid state. Really? Well, why aren't we apart then? Like, everyone has the same rights. But you go to Gaza, you go to any city like Nablus, Jenin. It's an apartheid state. Jews aren't allowed there, right? You have to ethnically. No, that's not apartheid. Because it's only Jews, baby. It's only Jews. It's a weird world we're living in, right? So we got a lot to go today. We're not going to cover Star Wars today. Because I realized, as I was putting out the setting up the tweets to go out about this, that it was May the 4th. It was Star Wars Day, right? And there's a lot actually we need to talk about. Mark Hamill making a tit of himself in huge ways, right? Absolutely huge ways. And lots of stuff, right? Lots of stuff we need to talk about. Like, Star Wars is a disaster. Star Wars is dead. So I worked out my thumbnail for tomorrow. It'll be some kind of salacious, sexy Star Wars image, right? Some woman saying something about Star Wars, she'll say like it. Yesterday was May the 4th, and yesterday was Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and nobody remembered or gave a shit. And then I have Kathleen Kennedy standing next to whoever that is, dressed as Boba Fett. Because I just think that works out well for Kathleen Kennedy, saying, "You're welcome." And Doctor Who, that's what's coming to you. It is. I love the way they keep saying, "No, it's successful." They keep making Star Trek. They keep making Star Wars. They're making It's not successful because no one gives a shit, right? It used to have cultural. Like genuine cultural resonance, right? It used to actually mean something, right? Which not today, right? Not today. Like there's been so little of a what's the word I'm looking for? There's been so little, or like they're doing all this promotion. And nobody gives a shit. Bottom line, they're doing this promotion and literally nobody gives a shit, right? Weirdly enough, right? And they really don't, right? They really genuinely do not. It's making like zero impact whatsoever in the world. I mean, it just the strange butcher. Oh my god! I was just trying to look something up for somebody at the same time. Finally found the answer I was looking for. Wait, let me just make sure that's right. Yeah. Good. Everyone was where we're up to. Fine. So let's talk about my last 48 hours. So that's when we last met, right? So I've had, let's talk about the last 15 years, even better. Now, as I'm sure all of you are aware, I'm a pretty insanely religious person in that I genuinely believe God's real, right? And it must be something that I've bred into my kids. My daughter is dating a suitor, right? And I think they could get married. I think they should get married, quite frankly. He is a really. I met him for like 10 minutes, less than that, maybe 5 minutes. Not next Sabbath, the Sabbath afterwards. They're coming to stay, so we can, schmooze, as us Jews say, right? We can get to know each other. But he seems like I got a good beat of him. He's a really nice guy. You know, because so my daughter has had, she hasn't had the best few years, right? She ended up working in this security what's it? We call it the machzon, like the security where if you go there's like 3 areas in Israel. You have Israel undisputed, you have the disputed territories, occupied territories, whatever you want to call them, and you have the Arab territories, right? You have all 3, right? So we live in the occupied, disputed territories, right? So there's always a security perimeter you have to cross to go in and out of there. I mean, to go from here into Israel undisputed. So that's where she worked. Now, and it's like not a great job. I mean, she doesn't mind it, but like that was after she was working on a cruise for a bit, and that went south, and she just really had a miserable time, right? And she was not in a good place for a long time, for like years. There's nothing we could really do for her, right? But she was just angry and miserable. Anyway, she's not like that at all anymore. She's really like this guy's really changed her life, which is a good thing. And I think he adores her, and I think she loves him. Which I think you should get married. That's me for you. But anyway, the point is this: she was telling my wife the other day that's the other thing. She calls up my wife like every day and chats with her, and he always comes up, right? He always comes up in conversation. So that's like I think this is good news, right? So so when she was talking to my wife the other day, she said, I realize now this is why I had to do. This is why God said she's not that religious. I mean, she's not like that. Here's the thing: she is that religious, but she's not that ritualistically religious, right? She normally goes for the easiest option that she feels is in some way kosher. Which whatever. Honestly, once your kids are grown, I think you should let them find their own way and make their own decisions, right? I'll advise you if you wanted the advice, but I think it's like up to her to decide. It's her life. Do what you want. With her life. Anyway, but she said my wife's like she understood that the reason that she had this crappy time on the cruise and she got this job which wasn't great, and then she was nearly killed about 3-4 weeks ago by a terrorist who came like charging at her with a knife. And the security guy shot him right in front of her. Security guy happens to be the boy that she's dating. So I'm like, that's a good story. I mean, that's a good reason to get together. But it's like, if you ever seen the movie Signs, which I think is the last M. Night Shyamalan movie I watched that I thought was any good. I haven't seen anything past. What's that one? The Village, The Woods. I can't remember. That's the last one I saw of his. It just kind of got boring. But the if you're religious, right, it's really, really worth watching, and I think it has a very good central religious message. Because it's a alien invasion movie. It's done very well, right? It's got Joaquin Phoenix in it, Mel Gibson, and so they're a family who lives in like these cornfields. And they start seeing these corn circles, right? And you start to find out the many hardships that this family has had. The Mel Gibson's wife died, and he used to be a pastor, right? And that broke his faith essentially. He's got a brother who could have been like a major league baseball star, but he couldn't like work out not to swing for the ball, right? He just had to swing for it every time. They have a daughter who's got this like weird psychological thing where she leaves glasses of water everywhere, right? And so you have this alien invasion story going on, and then when you get to the end of it, right, they're being attacked by these aliens. You see all these really hard, terrible things that happen to this family, these people, right? And they all kind of just line up perfectly, right? So they can, they can save the day essentially, right? They can do something very, very important. And then the last scene is Mel Gibson. He's like just like a year later, or whatever, he's he's got a dog collar on again, right? And it's wonderful. I mean, I really love that movie, right? I read that M. Night Shyamalan's great, but that's such a true thing, right? So, and I think that's what my daughter was explaining. So anyway, I'm crazy religious, as I'm sure most of you know. But for about, I would say, at least a decade, maybe more, God has not answered my prayers, and that's if you're atheist, I'll say, well, of course not. There's no one there. That's not what my life used to be like beforehand, right? I used to have a real genuine relationship with God. Like I would talk to God, and God would talk to me. I mean, not literally, not in a burning bush, but the way God talks to you is by happenstance, right? Like coincidence, that sort of thing, because God creates the universe and controls the universe, right? So again, that's what the that movie Signs, that was God talking, right? That's my worldview, right? So it's been a good 10, 15 years that God's directly, like nothing. It's been silent, right? And I'm so crazy religious. I kept on going, right? I kept on but I was on my knees, right? I was on my knees. I was on my ass. And when we got to the Jewish New Year, I was like very shaky where I was going to be in terms of my religious practice. Because I'm like, well, look, you know, maybe I was just like delusional when I thought God was there, right? Maybe I was wrong, right? Because I haven't heard from him for freaking ages, right? There's a good, I think it was in A1, in a comic anthology called A1. If you can find it, it's probably impossible to find out, but drawn by Brian Boland, called The Actress and the Bishop, right? So it was like a little poem he wrote. It said, the actress and the bishop, do not you think it's odd that we haven't heard from ages from the old Palooka God, right? That's beautiful artwork, right? And so the actress convinces, who's a very sexy actress, convinces the bishop to go off together with him. And they drive away. And as they do, the phone rings and it's God calling. So it's like that. Then on Friday, right? I had, oh my God, Thursday night. What a nightmare. I got to listen to all of Dan's stream. And normally I listen to like the first half hour, and then I'm asleep, right? I'm like normally asleep by 11:30. I'm an old tired person, right? But then Thursday night, right? I knew we had all these plans for Friday, so I wanted to get some work done. So I wanted to get the video that went out on Friday edited and uploaded, right? It wasn't going to be about a 20-minute job. I'll bite the bullet. I'll listen to the dance. All of a sudden, Adobe Premiere, which is the program where you stop working. Oh my God, what a nightmare. Like, you have no idea. So I tried rebooting. I tried uninstalling. Eventually, I got to the point where I uninstalled it and reinstalled it. Still didn't work. I uninstalled it again and installed a previous version. That was a different problem. And so then I started working on my laptop, which is a much slower computer. Where they got like a 2020 version of Premiere on it. And then so I had to bring the files over and recreate it. And I got it working on my laptop, but at the same time on my main computer, I was uninstalling, reinstalling, troubleshooting, trying to find out what it is. Finally, by about 1 o'clock, I got it rendering on my laptop. But again, 20 minutes or 3.5 hours of like total pure stress, right? Total pure stress. Because like I can't function without the software, right? So and then as it was rendering on my laptop, I found a way of getting it restarted, working on my main computer, and huzzah, working again. But man, I got to bed like 1:32. It was a freaking nightmare, right? An absolute nightmare. But the next day, like for the first time in again 10, 15 years, God directly answered my prayers. Very, very startlingly, right? 2 small ones, 1 big thing that I've been praying for a long time, right? So I used to love my synagogue. I used to absolutely adore my synagogue, and now I just hate going in it, right? But I have to go in it because, I have religious obligations to daven, to pray with a quorum, which is at least 10 people. So I go. Instead of praying at home, I normally just go for the morning service. I don't go for afternoon or the evening service. I'm like, I don't want to go in there, right? Because they all took a shit on me, essentially. They don't say it that way. Anyway, so that made me mentally ill for a while, right? Man, that was not good. But after that, I kind of got better. But I still had this like, I just hated everybody there. I was like, you people are all cunts. Right, and I think quite reasonably so, because they all were. But like, but I spent the next 2 to 3 years managing this anger, right? Just so much anger. And that's the best I could get, is to managing the anger, because I was just so disgusted. I was so disgusted. Oh, and I still am, bro. I still am. But man, that's all been lifted off my shoulders. I had one simple thought, right, on Friday morning. And I've been praying for this for like years, like literally years. So, by the way, the other prayers that were answered were no big deals. The other prayers were answered were parking spots. But look, parking on Friday in Israel, especially where I am, is a nightmare. Friday is like Sunday. Everybody's out doing shit in Israel on Friday. And so finding parking, it is always a nightmare, right? And, I have this special prayer that I use. If you're Christian, you can use it. Whatever. If you're any kind of like believery type person, you can use it. The way anything is created, there's two parts to creation. It's created in metaphysically, in thought, right? And then created physically. We have complete control of the metaphysical creation, right? We have zero control of the physical creation, right? So again, if you're not religious, that's fine. But if you're religious, this prayer works. At least used to. Did today. It's working for me now. It's you say, I choose to create the reality, in this case, we find the perfect parking spot right away, right? And then you say, I have no control of this. And you imagine it, making it as real as you can in your head. Then you say, I have no control of this happening whatsoever, right? It's completely in the hands of God, right? And I hope God brings it from my imagination into reality, which is, again, I think how things work to a certain extent. And then the third part of the prayer, you say everything God does is good, right? And I'd like mutter it as we're driving, right? I've conversation, I'm conscious of it, like, I'm not ignoring it, but I don't want to like make a big deal with my wife in the car driving. It will be weird, right? But twice, perfect parking spot, right? So anyway, so then, but then before that morning. And I think the nightmare I went through the night before, I had this thought, right? It was like, I'm always trying to work out where this anger's coming from, right? And I really was because, other than being fucked over, like, what about being fucked over? What it is it? Because I always thought if I could find the thought that's generating the anger, I can see if I believe it or not. Because a lot of the times our psyche has a whole bunch of assumptions and prejudices, say, or ideas, worldviews, right? That are maybe you believe in, maybe you don't. A lot of times, like I always had trouble asking clients to pay me, right? And so the way that you can plow through that, and you definitely should try this because this always works, whether you're religious or not. Is that you ask yourself questions, and yes, whatever the first answer comes out. So why is that? Why do you not want to ask your client to pay you? Because it's embarrassing. Why do you think it's embarrassing? And you go through it, and then you which it's like you don't really believe in, right? And you get to the source, right? The source idea, and you say, do you believe that? Right? Do you believe that? So my source idea that was driving this anger was a belief that I needed revenge, right? And revenge is forbidden. And I because I'm a reasonably smart person, I was able to intellectualize it so it didn't seem like revenge. I'm like, well, I feel this way because I did it. And then I thought, well, no, it's actually an emotional need for revenge. And I asked myself, do I need revenge? Do I need it? And I'm like, no, actually, I don't, right? I genuinely don't. And man, like, all that misery and anger just lifted off my shoulders, right? It's life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing. So I think this is, look, I think and I hope that this is tying into my more global worldview, which I think the end is nigh, ladies and gentlemen. The end is nigh. Maybe this week, right? Maybe this week. Again, we'll get to next week and I'll be reviewing Doctor Who and nothing will have changed. And I'll be like, maybe next week. I don't know, but maybe look, right now we're in a period of time which is just crazy, like crazier than it was in 67, right? The 67 war is, I think, the last time we saw real huge miracles, open miracles, that should have resulted in a Messianic age if we hadn't screwed it up, right? And I think the world started to majorly degenerate from 67. Yeah, the 6-Day War, which was completely miraculous. If you don't know anything about it, it was completely miraculous. But the point is this: we're in this. I explained this before in other streams, that we're in a bubbling cauldron of spiritual potential and energy right now, which manifests in the physical world. So there's many things that happen in this. It's a 49-day period. We have. Next week is Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Memorial Day. That's going to be messed up this year. I have no idea how it's going to be like with the hostages, right? Because why did we react the way we reacted to October 7th? Because it hit us on a race memory of everything that's happened to us since we've been in exile, us Jews, for the last 2,000 years. And it really did, right? So, and the Holocaust Memorial Day was supposed to be the focus. I have no idea what that's going to be. But also, okay, so we have Israel Independence Day, Yom HaAtzmaut. That's in about a week and a half, right? Now, again, if you're not Jewish, you're not religious, you don't like that's like, oh, yeah, these things happen. It's not a big deal. The Arabs call it the Nakba, the tragedy, right? But for us, it was a realization of a 2,000-year prophecy, right? That we've been literally praying for. Orthodox Jews have been praying for it minimally 3 times a day, right? It was a realization of a 2,000-year-old prophecy that we would of returning to the land, right? So it's huge. Like on a spiritual level, it's seismically huge in a way that you can't comprehend, right? And then we had also the 6-Day War, which ended in Yom Yerushalayim, that's Jerusalem Day. The reunification, the recapturing of Jerusalem, again, huge, like spiritually huger than you could possibly. I can't even think of an allegory for it. I mean, it's kind of like you say. Okay, one of the reasons I don't like the generally very, very good new adaptation of Dune is because they're playing it as if there is no hand of God, and in the way the book was written, it was somewhat ambiguous. You could read it one way, you could read it another. But like in the way that these new movies are placing it is like, no, this was all control set up over thousands of years, by hundreds of years, thousands of years by the Bene Gesserit, seeding beliefs and then using them disingenuously. But I like in the book, it was much more that poor traders could and probably was this Messiah, this hand of God, right? So yeah, so I don't know. So I can't use Dune as an example because it's. But I mean, if you get the religious further in both the Dune movies, right? The Villeneuve ones, right? That's close to what we're talking about. You know, when you have Javier Bardem, Stilgar, like yes, let's go and do a jihad, right? At the end of the second one, it's that kind of religious further. Right, that Israel Independence Day, and again, we should have been wiped out. We should have been totally wiped out, and we were, weirdly enough. Same with the 6-Day War, right? We should have been wiped out, right? But with the world's in a very similar position to where it was now. It's a bubbling cauldron. I'm telling you. At the same time, we have the insanity we've had for the last 10 years. I don't know. I thought it was crazy under Trump. Then it got really crazy under Biden. Holy crap, right? Holy crap. Can I get that clip? Yeah, let me find this. Because I was going to play this today, but I thought it with this. This is so on message, right? So incredibly on message. Where is it going? I bookmarked it. Oh, God. Every time I bookmark it, I got to go past the Mark Hamill at the White House. And, God, it's so cringe. Star Wars is dead, baby. Star Wars, so dead, I'm doing my Star Wars show not on Star Wars Day, right? That's as a demonstration of how dead it actually is. I'm going to find it out 1 second. We go Twitter downloader online. Here we go. Doink. Again, I was talking to my one of my kids, and I was like, look, essentially your whole life, things have been crazy and messed up. Things are just nothing's been normal, right? I think since 2016, all right, when you were 10, 15 years old, nothing's been. All of this shit is weird, right? Let me play this clip. Here it is. Downloads. Doink.
And there are people on the right.
Okay, firstly, this is the insanity of the left wing right now. This, if Trump wins, he's never ever. I mean, like, dude, that you believe what you're saying and you don't think you're insane, right, is a sign you're not well, right? Is a sign you're not well.
The American Conservative magazine has...
He hasn't conceded the 2020 election.
Well, again, if you ever answered any questions about the 2020 election, maybe he would. Maybe I would. Most of the country has it now. Most of the world has it. I am sorry. There's no way a rational, intelligent, non-insane person, when I say insane, including Trump derangement syndrome, could look at the 2020 election and say, yeah, totally kosher. Nothing to see there whatsoever, right? When you know if it was, I mean, look, the control of the intelligence services has just become so apparent. Anyway,
Yeah. What do you mean how? You make it sound like it's a crazy idea.
It is a crazy idea because you're fucking crazy. The trouble with mental illness is you don't think you're ill.
No, he has not conceded the one he did lose.
And did he leave office?
I'll concede it because it's very obvious who the president is. It's very obvious.
Yes.
Joe Biden is the president, presiding over 20% increases in gas and groceries, presiding over 22% increases in healthcare, 36% in
here comes reality.
car insurance. I mean, people can't afford the natural accoutrements of an adult life, which is why young people have abandoned Biden. So it's very clear Donald Trump is not the president. Our economy sucks. The border is open.
Oh, God. I love... Oh, take him out completely. Yeah, but
8.8 million people came here. That's larger than the population of not. It's very clear Donald Trump is not the president. Our economy sucks. The border is open. 8.8 million people came here. That's larger than the population of not 39 states. It's insane. We know who the president is.
We will get to all these issues.
No, you won't. You'll avoid it like the fucking plague, darling. We all know you will, right? We will avoid it like the fucking plague. Anyway, I guess, Bill. So we got that going. So we have this all spiritual stuff going. This week is the new month of ER, which is when all these things go down. However, right, I had a couple of things. I just think things are going to happen this month, right? This month, the Jewish month, which ends on Wednesday, I think. Right. And I just don't see it being again, I was just screaming at Bill Bull Maher that you don't think you're crazy because you don't realize you're crazy. I just felt like, that we could be heading for a major world-changing thing. And I tie that back down to my personal relationship with God, which after years in exile, right? Like 15 years in exile, and boy, it's been a long time, right? I feel that God's back in my life, like in a more interactional way, which I think is a herald of good news. I would like to hope, right? I would like to, but then again, it's me. I am, but that'll be great, right? That'll be great because let's say the world does end this week. When I say end, this world and a better world comes after. That means we might even be able to avoid the gay cocksucking Doctor Who, right? The super gay mincing Doctor Who. Now, here's the thing. I think I finally realized the reason everyone's going Ncuti Gatwa is so great, and we haven't seen him, right? He's such a definitive doctor. He's so fan. And he's better than Jodie, okay? In my opinion, so far, he is better than Jodie, right? Jodie was so miscut, so bad at being the doctor, right? Just so, here, let's pull up a Jodie trailer, right? Because I think that's only fair, right? I think we should... was it Doctor Who? We'll do a Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who trailer, maybe. Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who trailer. Which one to go for? Okay, let's go for. Should we go for series 10 or 11? Series 11, which I think was probably the worst. Yeah. This was shit beyond shit. Right, now I got to go to a YouTube downloader. And again, the point I make, she is just breathtakingly badly cast. As the doctor, she was like, she had clearly no clue what she was supposed to do at any time whatsoever. Like, terribly, terribly cast as a doctor. So I think Shooter's here. Let's see. 1 second. Let's put this premise to the... Oh, man, this download takes freaking forever now. I forgot. Something wrong with it. Son of a bitch. Find another one. YouTube download online. Because normally you click the download. It takes about 2 seconds. Let's try this one. Doink. MP4. Let's try that. Okay, 1080p. That's right. Fine. So it's preparing it. Everything takes so long. Really? My life. I just want to show that Jodie Whittaker is shit. Really? That shouldn't be too much bloody work, should it? That should be like chick shock. You're done. Oh, look at this. It's shit. Oh yeah, I know it's shit. Oh, it's up to 30%. Hasn't downloaded yet. Come on. Do I find another YouTube downloader? No, it's at 36. Yeah, screw you, mate. Oh, take freaking forever. Where would you go? Okay, let's try this one. SSU Tube, I think. .tube. I'll place link there. I'll place the link there. Oh, this is the same thing. Oh, okay, download. It's ready to go for me. Here we go. Yeah, and while the other one's still downloading. Doink. There you go. Fine. My life is a living hell, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it? We'll try again. Where did it not download? Where is it? It's MP3. I can't believe I downloaded an MP3. Show you. How can it be a 1080p? What's this? Maybe this is the right one. Who knows? Oh, this one's taking 2 minutes to download. It's better than 20 minutes. Anyway, look, here's the thing. Let's grab the... So look, the judge, he was okay, right? He wasn't like, didn't make me cringe in every every time he was on the screen. Like, he didn't make me permanently cringe. I'm fine. I'm like, okay, let's rank him from what I've seen. Let's rank him compared to all the other doctors. Jodie, better than Jodie. Is she a doctor though? Capaldi's better. Matt Smith's better. David Tennant's better. Not much though. I will put David Tennant about 10% better than Shooty. Eccleston better. John Hurt, if you want to count him, definitely better. McGann. Shooty versus McCoy. Oh, McCoy all the way. Colin Baker. It's about, okay, I'll put Colin Baker and David Tennant a hair's breadth above Shooty. Let me think. Peter Davison is clearly better. Tom Baker better. John Pertwee certainly better. Who we're looking at? What was it? William Hartnell, Pedro. Yeah. So he's not great. He's not like that. He's probably one of the worst Doctor Who's, but he's not Jodie Whittaker, right? So look, I think that is a genuine improvement, right? Having said that, is he going to be able to go 10 minutes without, talking about sucking someone's dick or like just being super duper duper gay, right? I mean, or crying, I get that. Okay, why can't Russell write good stories right now? Because he is completely confined. Like, why was that Davros sketch shit? Not just because of Davros, because he was so verklempt, uptight. Do you ever see the show Watchmen? Right, the HBO show Watchmen. Anytime there was not a black person on screen, that show was awesome, right? But every time it was about black people, it was shit. Why? Not because of the black people, because the white people writing it were so uptight about black people. Oh, why can't they just treat people like people? Wouldn't that be better? Anyway, let's remind us of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. Okay, shit. I'm bored already. Literally, now I know what I'm bored already. Nice effect shot.
I'm the Doctor.
No, you're not, darling. Okay, you're so not. You're trying to do a David Tennant impersonation and you're not good enough to do it.
When people need help, I never refuse.
Really? Oh, God, yeah, you're the doctor, really? What about somebody who voted for Trump? No? Brexit? No? What about somebody who believes in the Cass report and says that it's a bad idea to transition children? Do you help them? No, because they're the baddies in your mind, aren't they? Because you're a fucking moron, darling.
What do we do?
Why are you asking her?
Because she's in charge, bro.
Says who?
Says us.
No. So, again, you have to keep saying she's in charge because she's not in charge, right? That was the thing. Adam West never had to say he was Batman. We all knew he was Batman, right? We all knew he was Batman.
Let's get a shift on.
It's Exodus, searching for euphoria, searching through the mud to find the present. I feel glorious, glorious.
She was just shit. Oh, this episode was shit. Everything was shit.
I'm just a traveller.
I mean, like, the way she uses like everything about her is that she doesn't know how to do this role.
Sometimes I see things need fixing.
And she can't even run.
Do what I can.
I made it through the darkest
I mean, that dialogue would have been so much better if it was somebody good at playing the role.
and now I see the sunrise.
Man, do you remember that cliffhanger? The cliffhanger from episode 1 where they ended up floating in space about to die and then they're picked up by a passing ship. That doctor was shit. Right, do you remember the time when... Oh, you probably don't, you never saw it. They went to... they were on a garbage planet looking for something and then they all got blown up because they're stupid and they ended up on a hospital ship that she tried to hijack and take back to get the TARDIS. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, no, it wasn't. I'm sorry. I mean, it could have worked. I still think it could have worked. I'm probably wrong. But no, not glory.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
She can't even sell that line, okay? So I think Shooter's better than that, okay? But I think it's like they're going to be the gayest shit we're ever going to see. Right? Because, again, Rusty Davis has, like, just lost the plot. He has majorly lost the plot. I mean, that's what he keeps screaming in every freaking opportunity. He's lost the plot. I mean, thankfully we have Karen Gillan here to make this thumbnail work better. But yeah, look, I mean, do you see anything that Shooter's doing being less appropriate than what he's wearing right now? Like, honestly, for me, I see. Where's my go-to? Here it is. 1 second. I find that no more inappropriate than this, right? Which I find completely inappropriate. Like, for fuck's sake, Shooty, what are you fucking thinking? Like, what are you fucking thinking, right? So we got 1 week to go. Oy vey. Oh, God. Stop. Just stop. And, like, everything about this era looks really bad. Why? Because Russell is like verklempt in his writing. Because he's got to save the trans people from nobody who's hurting them. But you know, fuck those Jews, you know, who have been raped and murdered. Well, you know, we have to save the trans people. Yeah, we do. Oh God, maybe save them by shut the fuck up and staying out of everybody's lives. How about that for a plan? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let us get to the chat with that. Matthew Burrows first here. How you doing, Matthew Burrows? I think the fact that can't increase the share of the vote. Fuck me. England is lost, right? Again, why should you hope for an apocalyptic, world-ending event, or world-beginning event? So that's the only way out of the insanely tangled mess of the British politics and American politics, right? We just have the most evil, idiotic people have complete, total control. Why would you vote for Tories? Why on earth would you vote for the Tories? They are useless. They are useless in a way I don't think anybody's really been useless before. They are Labour, slightly less woolly, right? But yeah, they are. I mean, I don't understand. Why not be conservative? Like Thatcherism really worked quite well. Why not? But no, we've got to be. And look, the reason we've had this trans insanity, when we had children targeted and used and their lives destroyed, is because of the weakness of politicians. right? Who couldn't stand up and go, no, we shouldn't be cutting the bollocks off children. It's a bad idea. We shouldn't cut off the bollocks, penis, or tits off children. All right? We should not do that. That is, generally speaking, a bad idea. Not a happy camp. I mean, yeah. And so they deserve to lose. The Tories are fucking useless. Again, if I was a billionaire, I'll give a couple hundred million to Reform, because that's your only hope. But if we have a messianic event, Reform could totally win. And I think, God, that'd be awesome. That's what you need in England. Because, again, Sadiq Khan, like, how can the fuck up like Sadiq Khan of one? Oh, right, because they cheat. They game the system. And anything you do to ungame the system, they call cheating, right? So, I think the fact that Khan increased his share of the vote points to the fact that we have a Conservative Party and a fake Labour, and we have a Conservative and a fake Labour are truly one party. Yeah, a uniparty. Neo-feudalism, here we come. Yeah, and believe me, Sadiq Khan, he can't wait for you to have digital ID and digital money and have more and more and more and more control over you. He cannot wait. You, Les, just beginning, mate. Like the idea of you having personal travel, no. Oh, coming to the States, baby. I just says, can't stop tonight as we're going to be watching Star Wars: A New Hope. Another Acolyte trailer came out as well. I'll cover that tomorrow, probably, the Acolyte trailer. I want to do a Star Wars show tomorrow, not on Star Wars Day, to show you how fucking irrelevant Star Wars is. Darren M is here, doing Darren. Paul Tozen is here. Robbie Bowden is when sci-fi was good. Yes. Oh, man. I can't wait. What's on the Saturday intro? We had... my favorite is the Sunday one, right? I got to do... There's a bunch of new things I wanted to add in. I keep finding, like... Here, I played this about a month or so ago, and I really want to put this into a trailer. Where is it? Just saw it. I whizzed through it too quickly. No. I'll put that in as well. Hang on. Where is it? I literally just saw this thing. Maybe it's... I wonder where it went to. Hang on. Do I have another folder it could be in? Maybe here. There's a bunch of stuff that we really should have got to. Where is it? I would download it again, but it will take too long. Oh, here it is. There we go. Doink.
Celebrate the 40th anniversary of Elvis's 29th birthday. Turner Classic Movies presents The Lost Elvis Movie.
Join me, Elvis Presley, with the sexy Anne Murray, and my number one pals, Charlie and Ray, as we go on a wild adventure, man, in my new hit movie, The Planet with Some Apes. Boy, this planet's lousy with monkeys. Monkey business, monkey business.
Something like that in the title would be perfect.
Monkey business, monkey business, monkey business, monkey business, monkey business, monkey.
I mean, even shit like Mad TV was funny back in the day because it wasn't so uptight.
Monkey business, 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 monkey business.
Let's go to another song.
Monkey business, monkey business, monkey business, monkey business.
Is that Will Sasso? Fuck me. Will Sasso, many years ago, many tons ago.
Monkey business, monkey business. Boy, you sure ain't no monkey person. I think I'm in love.
Boy, you're sure doing some good acting there, E.
Get your healthy hands off me, you damn dirty.
That's a clip. Oh, that new Planet Apes movie comes out this week, doesn't it? That's something I want to see.
Look at that. They sure did scoop out your brains, Rudd and Charlie. There's 1,000 ugly monkeys just standing out there.
Anyway. I am easily sidetracked. What can I tell you? We're about to. Paul Tozen, how you doing? Paul Tozen, Rory Bonham said hello to you. Amaro's here. Shalom, Amaro. I hope you're doing well. And we got Atom Warlock is here. I'm on my free comic day. Titan Comics gave away a 15th Doctor comic, but I don't think I want to read that for free. So I'll get something like G.I. Joe Transformers. They're doing very well, that whole G.I. Joe versus, aren't they? Because why? Because they're leading into like being what they're supposed to be. So London's done for 4 more years of Sadat Khan. Yeah, Sadat Khan. He is again. Pray I'm right about an apocalypse. Okay, pray I'm right. It's got to be better than this shit. Michael Q is here. Michael Q, thank you for joining us. How did K-Line get out of the task before the wheelchair? Exactly. How to get in and out before it? Yeah. Like really, like what? Yeah, and why do you have to do all this virtual signaling shit, Russell? Because your brain is wrapped up in insanity. Right? Okay, you, Russell, are as bonkers as this guy, right? We just saw him. No, the wrong thing. You are as bonkers as this guy.
And there are people on the right pushing the American.
No, you're insane. You're absolutely fucking mental, mate. Right? You're mental. Where are we up to? Fine. The other day, Alex Phillips was talking talking to an indoctrinated youth demand spokesperson. I hate my generation. Oh God, I forgot you're on that generation. No, listen. This is what you should think, OT. Right? You are head and shoulders above your contemporaries. This is going to work out very good for you. If you have a work ethic, you're going to be doing very well. Right? You can do very, very well. Fine. Where are we up to? X-Men 577 is here. How are you doing, X-Men 577? Thank you for joining us. Michael Q says X-Men 577. Okay, we all agree. Well, that's it. Robbie Van doesn't know if he can bring himself to watch the new Who. It's not going to be great. I mean, honestly, my life is so much better that I'm not watching Star Trek Discovery, right? And I've just moved on from Star Trek. My life is really quite spectacularly better, right? Because now I'm less like, oh, I like Star Trek, and I just don't think anything, Kurtzman onwards is Star Trek. I mean, I like, apart from Strange New World Season 1 and Picard Season 3. Weirdly, those two came out well. Looks like the Skydance thing has been scuppered by Sony. What would Sony do with Star Trek, I wonder? I don't know. But again, you need an INO, what's it called again? Tile. And Star Trek INO. Infinite names? No, infinite neurodivergent. I don't know. But in name only. Just call it name only. I'm lost. Who's a weirdo? Me, generally speaking. BBC has made up nothing but weirdos. It's so true, PD Richard. Weirdos and pedophiles. If you're defining a pedophile as a weirdo, yeah. I mean, like BBC is it's another lost institution. Pray for an apocalypse, whether you believe in God or not. Just pray for an apocalypse. Oh, wipe away the BBC. Wouldn't that be great, right? Wouldn't that be great? Peter is asking Ollie Alexander saying, you remember Ollie Alexander came up with when this new era was coming out, they suggested Ollie Alexander were like, no, don't be stupid. Fuck me. If he was black, he would have got the role. 100%. If it was black and turned Russell Lee Davis on, he would have got the role. 100%, right? 100%. Matthew says, I can't start Eurovision, never watch it. Yeah, you know why? Because you're straight. Right? It's saying that straight people go, oh, that's fun. But like gay people are like, yeah, it's the best ever, yeah, Like, straight people, gay people love it. It's like they're the biggest of the year. I'm not sure gay people. Queer people, totally. Okay, I'm not sure about gay people. Gay people in the chat, you can let me know. But they do. They freaking love it. And so putting the premiere should have been now with Space Babies, and they were stupid, right? Oh god, they're also stupid that they're not. They should have done the rollout on Saturday, 7:00 UK time. That's 2:00 New York time. That's 11 a.m. And we all would have watched together, apart from me, because it would have been Sabbath for me. So this is working out really great for me. Because Russell Davis has had this, again, one of the stupidest things he said about the rollout is just stay off social media for the day. For me, it's easy. Like next week, my the show's going to be at 8:30, right? Yeah, because Sabbath ends around 5:10 past 8, right? But so by the time I finish praying the evening service and doing the end of Sabbath thing, I should be able to start watching by 8:30 my time, right? Which is like 6:30 your time, and so I figure 2 hours. It'll probably be a bit less to go through both episodes. And then I don't know, is Disney going to have what's it called again? Actually, let's see if they're previewing on the app. So, is Disney going to have the Unleashed? And if not, why not? Really? I mean, like, Disney putting all this money into it, and they're just like fucking it up in ways. Any way they pretty much can. I'm on the Disney app. Let's go to search Doctor Who. Okay, I just typed in the word Doctor, and Doctor Who wasn't the first thing that came up. I just get Doctor Who Special 1, Doctor Who Special 2. Why don't I get, like, Special 3, Special 4? Like, why don't I have a tab with those 4 more like this? Okay, so it's not even previewing it yet. Stupid. I always have to, like, pirate and download it on next week, right? I should be fine. I should be a bit better. And that's why I'm paying for Disney Plus. But yeah, that's why they're launching it with Eurovision, because it's their mecca, right? It's their big day. Neville Watkins says signs are very good. Signs are very good for what? For the apocalypse? One can only hope. I like hardcore punk, world music, free jazz. But okay, yes, I understand. You don't like the weird shit they do at Eurovision. Although, still love Bucks Fizz, baby. Still love Bucks Fizz. Well, did they have the original? Let's see if we can find that. Where they they wowed everybody by whipping off their skirts. Bucks Fizz. I'm probably spelling it wrong. Euro win. Here we go. It's 1981. Is this it? How long is it? Man, this is so ages. Oh, that's gonna take forever to download again. This shitty downloader. Here we go. Doink. Really, can this work? YouTube downloader. Check. Doink. We'll do. I don't know. I want MP4. I don't want MP3. I want MP4. There you go. Converting in. Fine, bit of bucks this way. Yeah, no, but yeah, Euro, generally speaking, is very gay. I don't know how to explain it here. Euro is normally very, very gay. Right? I think he used the word bi generation to because it had bi in it, right? I really do. I really generally do. So Neville Watkins, I replied to you, but I'm not sure I said hello to you. So Neville Watkins, you got that nice Danger Man avatar going. That's very cool. Where are we up to? The staging, and I'm not joking, is a revolving boxing ring with 4 bare chest dancers. What are we talking about? What is that? I'm lost. Who's the weirdo? That sounds pretty weird. Is that Eurovision? I never watched either the Daleks or Legend of the Sea Devils. The only who I've not seen. I couldn't stomach Chibnall anymore. I have to tell you, I mean, other than Jodie being awful and the Daleks not being able to open a door, literally, they're not able to shoot their way through a tin door. Right, and you have a Dalek shooting each other when somebody ducks again, which is, I think, the 4th or 5th time Chibnall did that. It's by far the best special they did. Right, again, that's not saying anything, but it's by far the best special they did. Right, and why? Because they had their my synagogue is full of Jodie fans. No, Amarone, they're really. Although, up me. I feel bad, right? I feel bad. We after having this piece of shit rabbi that like took a general piss all over Judaism, to which people, and then everyone was too embarrassed to admit they were wrong. Essentially, that's why they took a shit on me, because I was the only one who wouldn't say the emperor's got clothes on, right? I was like, well, what? He's not allowed to do that anyway. That's really what it boiled down to. They took a shit on me because he was out of line, and I didn't keep my mouth shut, and then I was proved like epically right, like epically right. Everybody had egg all over the face, so then they take a second shit on me and said none of that ever happened, even though we all saw it, right? But never mind. But so we got their big plan to try and bring our community back together again was to get a new rabbi, which was just like, okay, whatever. I didn't think it would work, and it hasn't, right? Like every metric says, nope, shrinking, dying synagogue, right? So it's just, yeah, God bless them, whatever. But like, honestly, their best asset to try and fix the damage that was done was me and my wife, and we won't touch them with a fucking barge pole now, right? But so anyway, got you, sweet kid, right? Really, really sweet kid, nice guy. I have nothing against him. He was being a rabbi in England for a while, and for this Jewish holiday of Purim, we do dress up. They dressed up as Doctor Who, so he dressed up as, I don't know, probably Matt Smith. And that my wife dressed up as Jodie. She looked just like him. I'm like, oy vey, that's not an approbation. So anyway, when October 7th happened, I tried to talk to him and say, listen, this complete lack of doing, essentially, we Jews live in exile. We live in exile because we talk shit about each other, right? This is like they teach you in kindergarten. This is a basic understanding, right? And talking shit about each other, which is what the previous rabbi spearheaded, right? And everybody was like totally on board with and too embarrassed to say no to, right? Or too embarrassed to say they were wrong about, right? I was like, it was funny. We used to have this guy, Benny. Oh man, I used to love Benny. Passed away a number of years ago. Pretty much, I think, depressed to death by that past piece of shit rabbi, right? But he didn't like him from the beginning. Like he was like, and I was a supporter. I gave him a ton of money, right? He didn't like him from the beginning. And everybody said he was crazy. Boy, was he proved right? Boy, was he. So anyway, I tried to talk to him about it after October 7th and say, listen, I think this is connected. And he came back to me and said, oh, Tzvi, you just want an apology. I'm like, whatever. I didn't, right? If he offered me an apology, I would have told him to fuck off, right? I would. Okay, in Jewish law, if somebody apologizes to you sincerely, you should accept it. However, in terms of Jewish law, to prove they're sincere, they got to apologize to you in public with minimally 10 witnesses twice. If they do that twice and you tell them to fuck off a third time, then it's on you, right? If they get up to that twice, I would accept the apology. But I was like, what an idiot, dumbass thing to say. It was just like so stupid. Look, listen, if I want something from you, I'm going to ask for it directly. So anyway. So then 6 months goes by, and I try and talk to him again. I say, look, this is really an issue, right? And I mentioned in passing, like, the other time, look, that time I tried to talk to you, had this stupid nitwit idea to say that. What an idiot. Oh, God. And I didn't think I was really being that harsh on him. I was just thought, well, we all know it's stupid nitwit thing. I was kind of making like, he was fucked off with that. He was very offended, right? I'm like, which I understand, but I was like, wait a minute, you, and when I went over through all this stuff with him, I told him like specifically what happened, right? What violations of Jewish law happened, and how this connects to where we are now, right? And I'm like saying, that's your takeaway from this, and a private message that no one's ever going to see, right? But anyway, so then I didn't even know what I was pissed off about when I at first. It took me a while to find out. So when he eventually told me, I said, you like Doctor Who. Yeah, look, I don't want to back up over you again, right? But that was a total failure, right? But 1977, they had an awesome Doctor Who story called The Robots of Death. Essentially, Murder on the Orient Express on a weird miner on an alien planet, right? A mining ship on an alien planet. And you had a robot in that was undercover, one of the robots of death, or one of the not robots of death, right? And then I didn't want to go into the whole details of it. And then he realized he screwed something up. You know, he's talking to the doctor. He realized he screwed something up. He goes, I have failed. I love that part of Robots of Death, right? And then Tom Baker's response is so brilliant, right? Tom Baker's response was like, yes, you failed, but congratulations. Failure is one of the basic freedoms, right? And he kind of calmed down after that. But yeah, he was Doctor Who's good. Doctor Who's good in many situations. What can I tell you? Fine, where are we going? Michael Q said hello to you. To be fair, that's what TBF means. PD Rich is going to be with cinnamon crunch toast, not cinnamon toast crunch. Okay, my mistake. Talking about Doctor Who, pop over when the Rabbi's done to go over there. Yes, I endorse that message, right? I endorse that message. Verisk Kath Nightstar is here. How you doing, Verisk Kath Nightstar? Narcissist Who? Yes, but you're absolutely right, right? That is how it's written, though. That's how what's written. What we're talking about. Is it written that way? I think it's very much rusty. I think they cast somebody that would like it written that way. If that's what we're talking about, right? I don't know. That's a half hour ago, so I'm trying to catch up. Who else we got? Matthew Burrows 14-15 is money icons. Look, again, everything after Capaldi is not Doctor Who in my mind. Yeah, Robbie wanted to bin Doctor Who during her era. I understand it. Kablam was the only good episode of the first season. I don't think that was a good episode, frankly. I think you're being kind to it, right? I don't think they had a good episode in that season, right? I don't think they had a good episode at all. I don't think they had a good episode in run. Look, maybe if they did something like Mission to the Unknown, where the Doctor wasn't in it, right, where they didn't have Jodie Whittaker in it, then they had a vague hope, right? A vague hope of having an episode that didn't make you want to vomit in your own mouth. But look, by the time they got the flux, they realized keep Jodie off the screen as much as possible, right? What's that last special called? The Power of the Doctor. Keep Jodie off the screen as much as possible, right? Never Walker was looking forward to New Planet, but so am I. I am too. Yeah, I do agree with you. Robert Payne is here. How you doing, Robert Payne? Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry, Robert. I'll let you talk to yourself watching Doctor Who. Saw it. I don't. Well, yes, exactly. I am watching it. So, and the reason I stopped watching Star Trek Discovery because nobody gave a shit. I got no traction on those videos, and no one gives a shit anymore. It's over. Right, and there's so much Star Wars stuff come out. I've got the rest of the Bad Batch to watch, like half the. And you know why I stopped watching Bad Batch? It's because they had that Wanda Sykes character in it who is shit, who is such a shit insert by Kathleen Kennedy. A very sassy, basically a space Indiana Jones, right? A sassy space Indiana Jones, who's good at it. Like she's just a Mary Sue. Everything's so boring, right? Everything was so boring. Dr. Alex is here to just come to the premiere of season 14, episode 5. Yes, I do want to talk about Dr. Alex season 14, the most authentic Doctor Who you are going to find, right? That's coming out right now. And our good friend Lonnie wrote tonight's episode over here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Doink. We'll pull up that in a second. And then, yeah, Lonnie wrote... what's this one called? Nothing's opening up. Is the internet working properly? Apparently so. I don't know. YouTube has been not doing well of late, right? YouTube has not been doing well of late. Yeah, 1 second. I'm trying to get to a bit where it has a picture of it. Yeah, YouTube was really weird on Friday as well. When you uploaded a video, they have a thing that checks it for copyright. Man, this is not opening up at all. It is so weird. Okay, fine. Got that one working. No, man, it is frozen beyond frozen. The Lonnie's episode here. So Lonnie's episode 5, it calls Space Ghost Assassin, which sounds really fun. Here, we'll put the link in. Doink. If you can get to work, good for you. And it's episode 5, it's the third story essentially because there was two-parters. Dr. Alex had a very good two-parter at the beginning where you visit the planet of Alpha Centauri. Not Alpha Centauri, the aliens Alpha Centauri. That was really fun. It's a really fun story. I liked it a lot. I haven't listened to the second story or Lonnie's, and it's my episode next week, right? So I've really got to get on top of listening to them, reviewing them, and plugging them, right? So yeah, so I'm going out opposite Shooty Gatman next week. So I think will probably be better. I do actually, I really do. Like I generally do. The falsest female on my ass, says Matthew. Well, they look. Yeah, you made the false being female, and what happened with it? Nobody gave a shit about your false anymore, right? Nobody watches. Nobody cares about Star Wars. Right, like nobody cares about Star Wars. But the basic thing is, if you do something good, people will like it, right? If you do, look, you put Mandalorian on right after those shitty prequels, it was good, and nobody could believe it. Star Trek Picard season 3 was awesome, right? I enjoyed Stranger. People want to like this shit. See, that's how much they fucked up. They've taken a product that everybody wants to like. Like we all want to love it. Right, we all really genuinely want to love it, they're too busy preaching their weird worldview. And why do they have to scream about their weird worldview, their weird religion? Because they know it's bullshit. For God's sake! And you know how we know their religion is bullshit? Because they got to convince you to believe it, right? I don't care if you believe Judaism. I don't care. What the fuck? Do what you want. It doesn't bother me if you don't agree with me, but I have confidence in what I believe. All right, and you notice that I don't have to insert it down everybody's bloody throat every 10 seconds, which I think Russ Davis probably quite enjoys. Right? Lisa Rance is there. How you doing, Lisa Rance? Thank you for joining us. Saskatchewan did nail the Doctor better than Jodie, right? Better than Jodie. I would agree with you, right? I would agree with you. Fine, we're caught up with the chat. Let's see where we're starting from. So, Karen, you're doing well. By the way, I want to bring something to your attention. I'll show you what we got coming up. Well, this was yesterday's one. It did very well. Okay, I'm loving AI, baby. Like it's so much easier to do these things with AI. What do you mean the show's been dumbed down and Americanized? I mean, him as a cheerleader, it just seems. Yeah, what was that gender challenging costume? You twat, Shooty. Like really, you twat. It's not gonna fail. It's not gonna fail. It's not gonna fail. It's not gonna. Ah! Toxic fandom meltdown. Yeah, that was yesterday's video. It did very well. Actually, I have to tell you. Was Doctor Who always political? Well, we talk about that, but that was intro a week ago. This one I can't wait to put out. Toxic Doctor Who fans, weird anti-Semitic obsession, and unhinged hatred of Jews. Well, on the right side of his yeah, that is what he said. So here I'm going to draw your attention to something interesting. Remove this. So it was just a Sabbath. So Sabbath, Sabbath. You're not online. You're not doing, and you just sit and chill, right? So I normally get a stack of reading material. I'll go through my reading material with you that I had this Sabbath. I'll show you what I read I didn't read. Firstly, this is awesome. Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, like everything they do together is good. I love Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. It's part of the criminal the criminal series, and it's a very clever series. This deals with like one of the characters from that series, Criminal, very peripherally, right? It's a big comic book. It's about a comic book artist. An old comic book artist, and it tells you very much what it feels very, very genuine. So I read this. It also took me about half hour to read it. It's like, but I love the form factor. It's hardback. It's about 50 pages long. It's a great little thing. I grabbed this from the late 90s, Kissing Mr. Quimper. I think this is the third Invisible book. I forgot this here. Let me read you a passage from it, which I found like so prophetic, right? So you have the bad guys talking. And this is like 1998 it came out, right? So here's what they say. We are engineering a generation of sick, obese, passive consumers. Even the video games they obsessively play contain some demoralizing subliminals. A weak-willed child is easy to manipulate using product hypnosis. That's the world we live in. Grant Morrison, you knew what you're talking about there. Doctor Who, in their own words, this was from. What year was this from? This was during the revival years. Wait, what year? Does that have a date on it? Hang on. Let's have a look. Why is there no date on this? Right? It's this Big Finish was still doing this short trips book, so it must be quite some time ago. Is there a 2005? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this was during the first year of the revival. No, I didn't get around to reading it. Also, I didn't get around to reading. Pulled out Ground Zero, right? Always a good thing to have in the background. I quite like this one, right? Ground Zero, where Doctor Who goes off, makes a trip, makes their own universe. But here's the things I did read, which I really enjoy. I looked through this a little bit. So this is from 2003, right? But what I read in much more detail was this: the Complete Seventh Doctor. This was from 2005, I think, just before the show relaunched, right? There's a lot of very interesting takes on this. But here's what I want to show you, which I think life was better then, like the wilderness years. Look at this. This is a page of the ads. And I just don't think we get ads. We have this much stuff going on anymore. Look at all this stuff. So you had this Mad Norwegian Press. They were doing About Time, right? And you had Mad Norwegian Press. They also were doing Dead Romance, a new version of that by Lawrence Miles. You had the Corgi Daleks. This was 2005. This wasn't like a particularly anniversary year. It was just like coasters, the BBC audio soundtracks, short trips, DVDs, this was the ongoing Doctor Who, Infinity Doctors, and that was expensive back then. I wonder what they are now. £15, blimey, for more of the Daleks. It's not that good, darling. It's not that good. BBC books here, these interview CDs. Oh, this was great. These two DWB compendiums, excellent product. A technical manual, old Doctor Who magazines. Now, here's a darling, but here's the thing. Why are all these things on sale? Big Finish. Why are all these things on sale? Because they sold, right? I think that we don't have as much merchandising now because I just don't think it says it. Let's put up Doctor Who magazine, right? K9 Unleashed DVD. I don't remember that. Can't remember that. Doctor Down Under. Oh, I remember these cookie jars, right? The Cyberman cookie jar and the Dalek cookie jar. I remember those. Big Finish. I got one of these. I got actually the red movie Dalek. But I used to love, not character options. This is the one we came before. Who's it by again? Oh, Product Enterprises, right? Product Enterprises. I got an inflatable Dalek. There you go. But I got an inflatable black Dalek. Who's Next? Unofficial guide to all the broadcast Doctor Who. Script Doctor, Andrew Cartmel. Handbook, my thumb. Compendium of all the Doctor Who handbook, originally published by Version and soft cover. That was really good, man. That's worth getting. Tides of Time, just getting Mind Robber DVD, Bessie, BBC, Space 1899, which was very good. Didn't really do well, but very good. So look, there's a lot going on in terms of merchandise. Let's look at the current Doctor Who magazine. I look, maybe I'm wrong, right? A lot of times I put forth these premises, and I put forth and I get proved wrong. Let's have a look. We'll go to Pocket Mags. The David Mullins here says in the chat that it was owned by a couple where they retired and sold it. It's now Who Won. Yes. Burton's, I remember. It was opening up. Man, I forgot what a shitty cover this was. It really is insanely shitty. Here we go. Doink. By the way, Millie Gibson is the hands down winner of this promotion, by the way. Dealer with Scarwick. Oh, yeah, that was great. Yeah, and I think she's the only one who's going to come out of this era not looking like a twat. Fine, let's find some ads. Are there pages of ads? We've got a Big Finish ad. But not like... Like we don't even have those sort of ads. Here's the thing: we don't have eclectic ads anymore. We have corporate ads. Like, it's a corporate ad, right? Everything's very corporate. Doctor Who is corporate, I think, and that's the curse of Disney. Doctor Who has become very, very corporate, and I think a lot more boring because of it, right? Again, BBC, right? But we don't have the wealth of merchandise that we had in the wilderness years, right? I mean, it's crazy, but we don't have that wealth of... Look, okay, no, there is no ads page any way comparable. They just have corporate ads, right? And that's really it. It really is genuinely, really it. When's the next one coming out? It's 23rd of May. Okay, so we've got 19 days. Let's see how they... Oh, okay, so this week we're going to have to do the previews of Space Babies and The Devil's Cord, I guess, right? Yeah, before we get into it. I mean, look, we're going to have a lot of content to go over, right? So, again, look, I mean, it's just the interest isn't there. I think it was stomped on and killed by Jodie, and we all hoped it to be revived by Russell. And no, look, I mean, look at this. Honey, a much bigger bang than you bargained for. Will you fucking stop with that? Can you imagine any other doctor saying that? Right? I mean, it's like, okay, not Hartnell, not go. Pertwee, no. Troughton, no. Tom Baker. Like, everything he says is stupid. Oh, and like, this desire for Doctor Who to just be dumb, right? It's beyond me, right? It's beyond me. It was done by Dr. Alex. I think it's brilliant. Is it opening up? Okay. Well, I guess it's to the...
I need a big dance number. That's what I'm going to put into the universe. I need the Doctor to have a big, fierce dance routine that, like, destroys a monster with twerking. Or maybe some death drops. And that's what will drop the monster.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
I need a big dance number. That's what I'm going to put into the universe. I need the Doctor to have a big, fierce dance routine that, like, destroys a monster with twerking. Or maybe some death drops, and that's what will drop the monster.
It's stupid. It's so stupid, it hurts my head. Anyway, what was this idiot quote he said there? I'm the bigger yeah. I'm a bigger bang than you bargained for. And I bet you're not. Here's the thing. Shooty is convinced he's going to be David Tennant successful. Convinced beyond convinced. Like, what? Well, of course I am. Everybody loves me. No, everybody loves you because you're black and gay, Shooty. That's where you are. That's why you are where you are in life. Because you're black and gay and you're a token. Right? You're there to make essentially racist white people feel good about themselves. That's your function. Right? And again, I don't think he's bad. He's not as bad as Jodie. But yeah, look, this is I don't know. This Doctor just seems a bit of a crying pussy, a smug crying pussy. Hi, you want to fuck me? Yeah, I'm the Doctor. I mean, just like, hey, what was that? Hang on, there was a quote from Russell Davies. I think it was over here. No, hang on. This is worth looking for. We've got that to go over as well. Not that one. No. Something about being fluid. Like the doctor has to be fluid. Was it this one over here? Pantheon Gods. No. Open door to LGBT representation. We notice Russell, right? We know. Oh, here it was over here. Doing. Why the Doctor shouldn't be limited by race or sexuality, detailed by Ncuti Gatwa and showrunner. We shouldn't be dealing with this Doctor shouldn't be dealing with sexuality, right? I am sorry. It belittles the character. It makes the character smaller. But the thing is, I think Russell Davies has a unhealthy attitude towards sex, right? I just think he sees it purely as a fun thing to do, right? I don't see it. I think sex is very important, right? I think having sex in the context of a committed, loving relationship very, very important. I think having sex outside a committed, loving relationship is bad. I think it's bad for you. I think it's bad for everyone. I think it's bad. I don't care if it's gay sex. I don't care if it's straight sex, right? I think having sex outside of a committed relationship is bad. So, and again, it belittles the character. For me, I don't care about the Doctor's race. It feels like that's... look, I mean, the fair argument is often made that the Doctor's never been black before. It's like 60 years in. Yeah, but again, for me, it's just not an issue, right? Doctor Who's 15th Doctor Judy Gatware and showrunner Rusty Davis explain why the Doctor shouldn't be limited by race and sexuality. Why are we even fucking talking about this, you dumb cunts, right? If you're a 6-year-old, we've gone over this. If you're a 6-year-old boy sitting there in Brixton, it's like, that's the Doctor. If you're a 6-year-old boy sitting there in Brixton, you're probably... what can I tell you? I don't know about the English demographics, right? But American black demographics skew right-wing, generally speaking. They vote left-wing, but their beliefs are right-wing. Like they are, generally speaking, anti-abortion after anti-late-term abortion, right? Or they would most. I think what's the latest data? Most of Black America feels that waiting till a fetus has a heartbeat and can feel pain. There shouldn't be an abortion at that point, right? And that's just that's just the demo. So if Britain's the same, a boy sitting there in Brixton, it's like, that's the Doctor. Why is that? Why is he a big gay black guy? What's going on? Why is he sucking that dick? I don't understand. They don't think all this stuff. They don't read headlines. If they go online, they're finding the spiciest chicken wing on YouTube. They're not bothered by this. That's true, and they're not going to be interested by this. You just think the TikTok generation is going to go, yay, wow, we're going to come in, yeah, and forget those icky old white men. Who cares about them? Yay! I mean, they really think that's what's going to happen. Because they're twats. Again, and Rosalind clearly thinks that's going to happen, right? How many times have they told us to fuck off? Right? Quite a lot. It's grooming. I agree with you, Rob McCall, right? It's grooming. What is grooming? I believe Rusty Davis has been groomed to become a groomer, right? Grooming is a company of making people more accustomed to sexuality, like intense sexuality, adult sexuality. Yes, it is good, which is what this is clearly doing. Right, what? That's not trying... Yeah, you're making this Doctor Who, and that's not trying to get one more more accustomed to adult sexuality, right? Where's the... Right, that... Really? This is not trying to make Doctor Who more sexual. Really? I mean, look, even his nipples are fucking erect there. What the fuck? Stop! So, yeah, I mean, again... Race, I kind of hear it, right? But it's about time. It's about time. Something big. Sometimes big old terrestrial and streaming shows can be slow machines to catch up to the world. You've been trying for the last 7 years and failing fucking dismally. Can you not get a fucking hint, you morons? Right? Nobody wants your bullshit. Nobody wants your weird, creepy religion bullshit, which is what this is. And I'm a fucking weird, creepy religious guy. And I'm telling you, we don't want your weird, creepy religious bullshit. Like, really? What about Doctor Who, Star Trek, or Star Wars has said, oh, fuck, no, we don't want anything woke. No, we haven't caught up. Have you seen any of this bullshit? The entirety of the Jodie era was woke shit. Let me demonstrate. Doctor Who episode guide. Here we go. Doink. Look, we'll just go through the episodes. Woman who fell to earth. Oh, but I'm a woman now. Ick, you thought. Oh, Doctor's a girl. Ghost Monument. Oh, don't talk to me. You're just a girl. Rosa. Racist shit. Arachnids in the UK. Trump derangement shit. Saranga conundrum. Boring shit with a shit doctor who doesn't know how to keep people safe. Demons of the Punjab, boring political shit. Kablam, just weird shit. Witch Finders, boring feminist shit. It takes you away. Boring anti-male shit. Battle of Ranscott of Colossus, why they fucking spend the money. Yeah. What? So you're telling me none of it? Okay, so we got woke. I'm gonna think woke's gonna come out. Woke. Yeah, it's all woke shit. Battle of Ranskov Colossus, that was religion hated shit. Woke. The whole thing is woke shit. Right? So it's about time. Sometimes, okay, why? How on earth has anybody been saying no? Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, what parallel universe has Russell and Davies been living in? Like, have you seen Star Trek Discovery? Probably not, because no one's fucking seen it, because it's awful. It's about time. Some big old stressful streaming shows can be slow to catch up to the world. You're just so disconnected from reality. I'm getting older now, and it shows. So you become one of those gatekeepers of television. I want to, for want of a better word, but your job is then to hold the gate over and say, come on, everyone. Really, everyone? Come on, child molesters. Sorry, minor attracted people. Gat was like, that's what the show does. What would you fucking know? Right. Is this what the show does, is it? Right? Is this what the show does? No, I don't think you're overly qualified to tell us what the show does by looking at that. I feel like it's about time. For what? It's about time to have a gay doctor? No, it's not. Again, a gay doctor who is like mediocre in the role, which you are, from what I think you're better than Jodie, but I haven't seen anything that amazing from you. Let's be frank, right? Let's be frank. I feel like it's about time, and I am here. Me. For all you damners out there, I'm not going anywhere. Dude, who gives a... No, you might not be going anywhere, but we are. Like, the audience is going away because we're bored by this shit. Right, again, Star Wars Day. No one even fucking noticed. Right? The cultural impact of Star Wars and Star Trek is over. And MCU is over. So yeah, you can stay there. Oh, I'm Doctor Who. Let me suck a dick. Whoa, Doctor Who. Yay, I'm Doctor Who. I'm so seen. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, yeah, this is great. No one's going to be left. Nobody wants to watch this shit, Shooty. I'm sorry. Only like queer, insane people. David says, I don't want to walk around thinking all day about being queer. Really? It looks like you're doing that now, mate. Yeah, that looks very much like what you're doing. And what's my queer energy today? It's just queer. You're talking about people who live a queer life, so this is completely normal. Yeah, how about interacting with the vast majority of the world that doesn't find it completely normal? No, that's not fine. No, we're all figures. Fascists and bigots. We're figures. And so this is completely normal. And so I'm slightly amazed that anyone finds this different. Yeah, Russell, you got to get out your fucking asshole, mate. Oh, it's weird not to have a cock-sucking Doctor Who. Yes, it's weird not to have. It's weird to have a cock-sucking Doctor Who. Fucking idiots. Come on, straight people. Come and find out. No. And I got no problem with gay people. Like, no, I'm not. I like Doctor Who to be Doctor Who. Then we're not coming to find out, and you fucking know that, Russell. You absolutely know that. Gatwa says, I'm reluctant to apply any human label to Doctor. Gay? You would apply that to him, right? Because they're an alien. Because he's an alien. So what? You're applying the they/them label. You just said I'm reluctant to apply any human label to Doctor. And now I'm going to apply a ridiculous human label to Doctor because they're an alien. They've been with all sorts. Will you fucking stop with the fucking sex on your fucking mind all the fucking time? It never occurred to me. Look, okay, I'm watching Colin Breaker at Time of the Rani. I didn't say to myself, oh, but he's been with all sorts. Okay, you live in a sick, perverted world. If this is where your mind goes to, you're a pervert. You know, sex is more than this. That's labelless and limitless. No, They've been with all sorts means they're fucking gay. And you're gay. You're putting that's a human label on. I think it represents our ability to be limitless and our ability to be anything. Okay. We don't have an ability to be limitless and anything. We're not God. I can't be a pink penguin. Boo, but I feel like I'm a pink penguin. Oh, don't you oppress me. Fuck you. Where's the fetus going to just stay in a cardboard box? Yeah, it's like you don't have the ability to be anything and anything. Limitless. You're not that. You're a human fucking being. A kind of narcissistic one at that. And that character can be anyone and played by anyone. I disagree, frankly. I think Jodie Whittaker proved that. I think you need a great actor with booming authority, right? And that is not you. That is not you. Your doctor is most famous for mincing. Dr. Mincing. And that can be anyone and anything. I feel very, very, very honored I get to be the first of a couple of things. Because if you're a true fan of the show, you understand that. You understand that Doctor Who lends itself to inclusivity and diversity. What you call inclusivity and diversity, most normal people call racism, right? The Jodie era was very inclusive and very diverse and very racist, right? Very racist. Because they viewed people as identities, right? Very racist. So I don't think it lends itself there. I think it lends itself to equality. I don't think it lends itself to equability, but certainly equality. But that's not diversity and inclusivity, right? Everybody should be treated equally. I think that, yeah, that seems like a fun thing. And I think I think it's always been opposed to fascism and bigotry. Ian Chesterton's saying it's a dislike of the unlike, right? That is what the Daleks' rationale is, and that's what you are. You hate people who aren't like you. You hate people who say, no, I think sex should be within marriage. Right? I think sex is something to bond two human beings together through marriage. That's why I'm not telling anyone else to do that. I think that's the function of sex, right? Stop telling me the function of sex is to come. No, I think sex is really cool. I think it's far more important than that. I take the piss out of it a lot, but I think it's far more important than yours doing that, right? True fans of the show, again, aren't fascist racists, right? Which I think you are. Especially the way you talk about white people, frankly. And that's what Russell has done. I'm very happy to be part of the show. Yeah, inclusivity and diversity. The only people who are not going to be included is an audience, because Era is fucking sick of this, Russell, mate. Like, really, we are. Yeah, let's look at this interview they did the other day. Doink. Where was up to? We've got to look at that as well. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Doink.
And Doctor Who is almost out. We're so happy to welcome the co-star.
This guy is like what's his name again? I don't know. He is one of the least reputable news anchors ever around, right? I'm sure.
Shooty Godwa, Millie Gibson. Thank you guys for coming in this morning.
And again, look, Millie Gibson, the only one who can totally smile, right? She's going to be fucking fine. Her demographics, I mean, her social media interaction has been off the fucking charts. Everybody loves Millie, right? She is a great asset. Shooty, I mean, like, this is the most normal thing I've ever seen him wear. And it's still a bit mincing, isn't it? Right? It's still a bit mincing.
Thank you guys for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having us.
So, tell us about the new season.
The new season follows the adventures of a time-traveling alien called the Doctor, who travels the universe in a spaceship called the...
I don't find his voice has authority to it, right? And I've watched him do the Doctor for an episode. He didn't strike me as having being authoritative, which you kind of need that to be, right? That's kind of important, isn't it? Right? Like, don't you need the Doctor to be authoritative? And he just isn't. Right? His voice is a bit mincing. What do you want me to tell you? Like don't be relentlessly mincing. And I won't point out you're being relentlessly mincing. You know what I say? Just downloading this thing. Play.
TARDIS, which is a blue British police box, and he travels with his human companion.
No one knows what a police box is, okay? It's but doesn't matter. They so want to get the American audience on board. They are desperate to bring that American audience in.
So were you a big Doctor Who fan going in?
You know what? It's a show that I think every Brit knows and has watched, and it's a show that kind of regenerates with families. I mean, I watched it with my dad, and he had a doctor, and now I had a doctor.
The thing is, no. People didn't do that with Jodie, right? People didn't do that with Jodie because it was shit. Like, people only watch something if it's good. If it's shit, they won't watch it. Right, and I think this is going to be shit.
Apart from obviously the amazing shooting.
Well, I'm spending a lot more money on it.
But yeah, it was crazy to me because it's such a well-known show. And
okay, this is such a fuck me expression.
Such a well-known show, and to even think I could be a part of it is magical.
Yeah, and then they fired you again, and then she booked a gig in the Full Size Saga. She's doing very well for herself. Again, her social media interaction has been. Very good. She's she's doing the best out of everyone.
Then hold your own, Lucy.
Dr. Alex's gravitas is what he's lacking. You're absolutely right there, Dr. Alex. You're absolutely right.
I really do. I have to say that. Long line of action.
What did he say that she liked?
It is, magical.
You more than hold your own, Lucy. You really do. I have to say that.
She dominates the screen. She is the star of the show, and he's a mincing weirdo.
Long line of actors have played the Doctor.
Yes.
But you say this is a Doctor.
Is that her trying to do an English accent?
For Gen Z.
Yes. Yeah.
No. The Gen Z are not going to be interested, as in every other. No one's interested, right? Queer people are interested. That's it. That teeny tiny group, right? They're interested.
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say.
And not gay people. Be clear, I wasn't saying gay people. I was saying queer people, which is probably, 20% of gay people?
The Doctor is, this iteration, I guess, is more vulnerable.
Gay?
Vulnerable Doctor, I guess. One of the more...
You know what? That was Capaldi's greatness, right? That he played an incredibly vulnerable Doctor. Like, he was brash, he was short with people, and he cared about them so much. His heart was on the sleeve, and he didn't realise it. Right, it was such an incredible performance.
One of the more open with his feelings, Doctors.
Well, what about that great episode with when Joe Grant, Green Death, right? That leaving scene was. Okay, let's pull up that clip. Green Death's been. I think is the Green Death been on Blu-ray? We'll find out. Hang on. There we go. Doctor Who. The third Doctor. Green. I'm pretty sure the Green Death's been out, right? I don't know. Let's find out. Green Death is season 10. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. I've got an MP4 in here. Let's pull this up. Hang on. Episode 6. Oh, it won't let me play. Let me go for another. Let me go for the low res version. See if that opens up. Hey, excellent, fine. Yeah. Oh, bad. Okay, you want to see emotional, heart wrenching?
Look at the first time, got you.
You don't mind, do you?
No, I might even be able to turn you into a scientist.
Don't go too far away, will you? And if you do, come back and see us sometimes.
I forgot what great performance it was from Katie Manning as well.
Save me a piece of wedding cake.
Right.
I would like to hope he was at the wedding, wouldn't you?
Oh, I nearly forgot. Your wedding present.
It's beautiful.
Isn't that what killed him? By the way, what do you think about Matt Smith saying metabolus free differently? I can't remember how he said it, right?
Thank you, Doctor.
Hey, Joe. Come and drink a toast to the happy couple, huh?
But that's us.
Aye, so it is. Don't worry, Doctor. I look after you.
Oh God! Back in the days when men would look after women. Oh God! Yeah, everybody was happier then. I hate to tell you.
Are you ready? You're all ready. There we are. Would you like a drink? Well now. Quiet, everyone. Quiet a moment. Now.
I guarantee you, Shooty Gatwa will never get to this level of emotional involvement.
Well, here's to both.
Yeah, here's to both.
Congratulations.
For...
I love the way he walks out quietly, and it gets even worse in a second.
Jolly good fellows.
Joe looks back. Oh, it's heart-wrenching.
They are jolly good fellows. Well, they are jolly good fellows. And so...
And again, they're taking it slowly as well. It's wonderful, right? It's wonderful. Man, you must be thinking when this happened that there's no one's going to be able to replace Joe Grant. And then Liz Sladen shows up. I like the sheep prancing around. But this fantastic direction. Listen to the sounds of the revelry in the background, right, as he drives away. Yeah, real genuine emotion and pathos.
I'll get away.
There you go. If you want a gay Doctor, they should have had more Captain Yates. And I think because like your heart's broken, right? He's like the Doctor's thrown away, and you want to see Joe happy and move.
Ah, well, there you are.
What a great ending! Oh my God, what an incredible, great ending of an episode of a story, right? That's got emotional resonance to it. So Shooty, that's the bar, and you're nowhere close to it. I'm sorry.
And yeah, it reflects our society that we have today and the conversations that we're having.
No, it doesn't. It reflects your fucking teeny tiny bubble of society. You're like weird 3% of society. It doesn't in any way represent a society that most people live in. That's why everyone's going to run fucking screaming from it. You are not getting the audience you think you're going to get. You're not going to be the next David Tennant, and he so thinks he is.
Today. So yeah.
Let's give everybody a look at the clip.
Oh yeah, so they've released this clip many times over now. Again, special effects are great. Doesn't really do much for me.
Beautiful.
But her, look, a great performance. A performance I believe in. Right, better get rid of her. She's too white and straight, mate. And him, a grinning gay buffoon in the background, right?
TARDIS stands for time and relative dimension in space. So we've moved location as well.
This will be North America.
Oh, we've seen it. Let's go back to them.
If you go back to any time, when would it be?
Oh
or would you go forward?
No, I'd go.
I can't go back because there's too much racism.
To the 20s. Imagine flapper dresses. Yeah.
Oh, that would have seen. I wish she stayed on longer. She would have been great in a flapper dress.
Yeah, that'd be mine for sure.
And for you, Shooty?
I'd say the 20s as well. Yeah. I reckon it'd be fun.
But wasn't it also terribly racist in the 20s? Right, and not gay friendly. I guess maybe you know where you would like Shooty. I know exactly where you like. You would like was it early 19th late 1920? No, yeah, 1920s Berlin. You'd love that. Oh, you would love that.
Yeah. Some spats, a hat.
Everything's about clothes, right? Fucking hell. Do you want to about a couple of show tunes as well, Shooty?
You gave us, Millie, you gave us some Bridgerton vibes with some pictures that you shared. So what was it like going back and reliving those times?
Incredible. I mean, what a platform to do it on as well. I just absolutely loved that era. I felt like an absolute princess.
Okay, Millie, you're so lucky they got rid of you. You're so lucky. You're white, straight, and super hot. That means they had to get rid of you.
I was like strutting the grounds because we filmed in these 3 beautiful manors, and I was just like exploring and pretending I was some, you know, royal majesty, and I felt like it. So yeah, it was amazing.
It's good to pretend, isn't it?
It's great.
It's fun.
It's great.
Fun.
That's what we do.
Yeah,
like pretend.
I know, but there was no pretend.
And also, she showed up just at the right time when it's become slightly more kosher to be attractive again, right? The Sydney Sweeney effect. Right, they're like, oh no, the male gaze. She's like, yeah, that's fine.
Pretending, did I see you, young man, on the stage at the Oscars? You were a Ken when Ryan Gosling was doing.
Yeah, okay. Let me point this out. He was a Ken, which means he had a virtually non-speaking cameo in Barbie, like he had a virtually non-speaking cameo in Masters of the Air, because you're just there because you're black and gay, right? I this is from somebody who just assumed you'll be great. I really thought that. I love the smile of Millie because she knows she's the winner. She knows this. She knows the demographics, right? She knows the demographics of the new show, and she's getting at exactly the right time, and she's getting into something else. Oh, good for you, Millie. I'm so happy for her. Really, I genuinely am.
His epic performance. Was that not you? Was that not you?
No, that's Ryan Gosling. That's what people care about. And then that he's in the same group with Simi Lau. It's perfect. Another token, another empty token of Hollywood.
I was I was indeed. I'm just Ken, and I'm enough.
How did that all come about?
They offered me the role when I did it.
I got the call from Ryan. It's so gracious of him to ask us to join him on stage. But yeah, we got the call and joined him at the Oscars. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, because you're hardly in the movie. That's why you couldn't bloody believe it.
You still got the pink going today. A little chemistry. Thank you guys for coming in.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
a delight. A delight.
Even in this interview, she's coming across as a human being. Right? Like she's coming across as a human, which great. She's everything Shooty should be. He's like, hi, you're all gonna love me because I'm black and gay. I've just heard that for the last few years. I'm black and gay, and everybody loves me. Everybody loves me all the time.
Pink going today. A little chemistry. Thank you guys for coming in.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
a delight. A delight.
Doctor Who begins stream May 10th on Disney Plus.
I mean, I can't believe she's 19 and she's so much better doing this product. I mean, let's find I've got here. Let me have to look for one. Let me find a Tom Baker interview. Right? Yeah. I'll look on YouTube. It's probably the quickest way. Tom Baker interview. Let me see if we got any. There's an 81 after he left. No, I want to get one when he was a doctor. Oh yeah, Tom Baker, Louise Jameson interview. Oh, wait a minute. Can I get a better copy of that? Yeah, I think I can. I'm pretty sure they released it on the season 14 Blu-ray. Let me have a look. Hang on. You know, if I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a catalog of the Doctor Who extras in my head. I apologize. I really should do. But Face of Evil. Let's see if she's in that. Tomorrow as well. Continue announcement. Swap shop. Oh, here we go. Louise Jameson interview. The one. Hang on. Is this it? Louise Jameson interview. Doink. Let it open up. Oh no. That was the. I'm trying to find the one where like 1 second. Let me go back to YouTube. Because again, the quality of that was shockingly low. Classic. We'll do classic Tom Baker. Classic Tom Baker interview. Bloopers. Tom Baker interview. No, that's not the wrong one. Is this it? Q&A? No, but he's just so much more fascinating to talk to, right? I mean, he's this. We'll pull this one up. Oh man, the quality of this is shocking. There must be. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Every time I go, oh fine, I'll use this one. No, the quality is just shocking. So, not the face of evil. Let's try. It's not in there. No, not that one. Let's say robots of death. Let's see if there's any interviews there. Robophobia, serial killers, continued. No. Where is it? Towns and Wang Chiang. Okay, this one I'm hopeful for, right? This one I'm hopeful for. There's a lot in here. Victoriana and Doctor Who Universe. Who's Doctor Who Revisited? Oh, we could maybe that's probably Who's Doctor Who is probably a good one to go for. Last Hurrah. Fine. Let's hear Tom Baker talk about being Doctor Who. Okay, 1 second. I'm sure we'll be Melvin Bragg. Here we go. Doink.
Have you ever thought what it's like to be wanderers in the forest?
Okay, just look at this line from Bill Hartnell. There's so much layered depth to it, right? That's just so lacking and vacuous, right? To from this new shooty era.
I mentioned, have you? The exiles.
Well, William Hartnell, when he got this part, was already nearing the end of his career. And in fact, as you know, he wasn't a very well man by the time he finished with this. So he was actually naturally very crotchety and quite like a good old pro. He used that a lot, didn't he? He was very bad-tempered and abrasive in situations like that because actually he...
It's his voice. Like, he just exudes authority. And I'm sorry, the mincing Shooty Gatwa doesn't.
You know, was himself abrasive at that period in his career. Then Patrick Troughton took it over and became a sort of pixie.
I forgot that line.
Which he's very good at, although he made the transition back into other parts very easily afterwards.
He really did. Tom Baker did not have that ease.
It's very hard to describe Troughton. Whereas John was much more Holmesian, wasn't he? Very grand, and he's so shockingly recognizable, isn't he? He's rather like a tall light bulb, isn't he? Glitters.
Yeah, one I want to listen to. One seems like a genuinely interesting, entertaining person, right? One seems like a vacuous fop. Yeah. I mean, even the interview with Frank Boff went here. Maybe it's an earlier season. But I'm going to find one of these interviews, right? Let's try season 12. I mean, there. Tunnel Effect. No. I don't. There's a bunch of these things in these. Robert Murray Leach interview. I could just look at my book. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to actually get up and look at the book. Sontan Experiment, Built for War. No. Maybe season 18. Season 18 when he was on. Oh, wait, MISC. What's in the MISC folder? Not there. Do we have a Frank Boff interview? Because they're always fascinating. No. Enter Explained. Oh, that's it. Maybe over here. Nope. When do they announce it? Like by Full Circle? Let's look at Full Circle. Matthew Waterhouse. Is there a swap shop here or something? No. Okay, let's try Leisure Hive. Let's see what we got going on there. And I'm about to give up hunting, right? I'm about to give up hunting. Let's see. Megalos, no. Where's that interview with Frank Boff? It's weirdly combative, right? It's very weirdly combative. Up to Warrior's Gate. No. Keeper of Traken. Fine. This is the last one I'm looking at. Keeper of Traken. We've got the Primats. They're always fun. No, I can't find it. Oh, Swap Shop with Matt Irving. Oh, that would have mind seeing. I used to love Matt Irving on Swap Shop, right? He was fantastic. Fine. So let's go over what. Okay, so I can't find that. But there's something I've been meaning to get to for a while with this, and I keep missing it. It's one sec, over here. Go share screen. Doink, doink, doink. I mean, look at this again. Honey, I'm a much bigger bangly bong. No, it's shit. I'm sorry, mate. It's shit. So here's the other problem, right? They are leaning so hard into the timeless child, trying to legitimize that. Oh, actually, no, even better. Russell in his own words. Doink. Where is it? Over here. Oh, man, where is everything? Promotion.
Pay homage to Chris Chibnall as well with the continuation of the Timeless Child.
Absolutely. I mean, he established the fact that, I mean, I think Timeless Child doesn't mean anything to anyone. To
Doctor Who fans, we know it means that Doctor Who was shit and everybody hated it. Right? Did you not notice that, Russell? That it going down like a lead balloon?
To a lot of viewers, genuinely, if you're outside the show, what does that mean? But what it does mean is the Doctor's an orphan. He's abandoned. He was adopted by the Time Lord. So you play
all that shit, right? I'm sorry, it is shit. Like what? Stop focusing on the fucking Doctor. Just tell stories, right? But no, we're gonna have to hear about the Doctor. How the Doctor gave Barusa a hand job once.
that for the emotions. You play the fact that I don't want to hang things off science fiction words that simply won't mean anything around the breakfast table. But if you're talking about a family, a world in which people adopt children or foster children or abandon children, then suddenly you begins to register with you.
Again, I'm nothing against adopted kids, like nothing whatsoever. But the Timeless Child was a massive failure. It essentially destroyed the show. And you were brought in, it was Haphazard. You came, they begged you to come back to try and fix it because they were fucked, right? It destroyed the show. And again, this is the same in sound here. He was saying that, like, Doctor Who took a long time to turn around. What the fuck are you talking about? No.
Abandoned children, then suddenly you begins to register with you. So that's our take on that, and that's going to have a lot.
Is that going to be as good as your take on Davros, darling?
Of ammunition and fuel going forward, because of course Millie, as Ruby Sunday, she was abandoned as a foundling on the church doorstep. So you have Doctor and Companion suddenly chiming with their lives and connecting.
Yeah, again, I get that Chibnall's your mate. Okay, it's nice that you're loyal to him, mate, but man, you could be loyal to Doctor Who too. Doctor Who boss calls controversial canon change the spine of the show, or the whole show. Yeah, it is. Right, I am sorry. Timeless Children. Let's get this quote. Well, just look, everything about this new era. It's a disaster, mate. Look at this. Doctor Who hides post bashing the upcoming show Russell T Davies and Ncuti Gatwa. Right, this is a Disney site, not a Doctor Who site. This is how all-encompassing this is getting. The official Doctor Who social media account X is hiding posts reacting negatively to the upcoming series from showrunner Russell T Davies, starring Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th Doctor. The account posted on X on April 27th. Are you ready for this? 2 weeks countdown has begun. Okay, no one's okay. Oh, we're so excited. You're the only people excited because you can't wait to see a gay person be gay. So therefore, when you see gay people be gay all the time, you feel it's more normal for gay people to be gay. I'm like, relentless. Okay, what a diss. Watch Doctor Who on BBC iPlayer May 11th and Disney Plus May 10th, where available. So hidden replies. 1 second. The post has dozens of replies hidden for criticizing for various reasons. Some include criticisms about actor Ncuti Gatwa. Again, not as bad as Jodie. Not really bringing it. I hate to tell you. And others include the fact that the show was airing in the United States before the UK. Yeah, really dumb of them. Really dumb of them. One reason, 2 weeks ago, we saw how Russell T Davies and Ncuti have messed things up. And other reads, still incredibly shitty that America gets the show first. Yes. Super excited and don't care what people have to say. Hashtag Doctor Who, fuck the fans, reads another. 5. So they're being hidden. They get it at a reasonable time. We have to watch it in the middle of the day. Look at that, the poo there, the gape. It's not going to be good. And look, I just don't think he's been very good in the role. Yeah, let's look at him again. Let's find another shooty appearance. Okay, I just went into the Thunderbirds folder, which was infinitely more what I would rather watch. Where is it? Do I have a copy of the Giggle? Oh, maybe I don't. We've got Church and Rubio, Star Beast, and I thought I had the Giggle in here. Again, yeah, it's just a story. I'm like, I'm never going to watch this again, right? I am never, ever going to watch this again when I've got the Giggle, which is a shame because there's a lot good about it, but not enough, frankly. Yeah, we'll watch him in. Well, no, we won't bother watching him in Church on Ruby Road. It's I just don't think this is going to go down very well, right? I think it's going down very, very badly. Well, and I've decided I've decried the individual lusting after shooting Cutler while promoting sodomy. You're 100% desperate and pathetic. If you want that thing to make love to you, I want a real, proper, attractive man. Not I thought he didn't like Doctor Who being so sexual. No, he just wasn't hot enough, right? Keep your woke bullshit for the US citizen. So yeah, lots of hidden replies. Not going well, right? Not going well. There's Bounding in the comic about it. Even Bounding Comics had a thing about it. Where was it? God, Daniel Radcliffe being a cunt. Can't stand him. Doctor Who showrunner confirms upcoming season to feature heavy focus on progressive messaging. If you're not writing that in 2024, what on earth are you doing? Not failing, right? Not failing, right? Everything, and the reason, all entertainment fails right here. So this is what they did in 2023. The Marvel's Commanders the biggest flop box office bomb of 2023 in a year of box office bombs. Wildly Power sequel resulted in a $237 million loss for Disney. But it's more than that. It was also even Guardians of the Galaxy 3 lost money. Disney is just losing money hand over foot. It's the way it is. 1 second. I know the clip to get shooty that will demonstrate. Doctor Who, shooty Gatwa Hammer TARDIS. Let's see if that works. Fine. There you go. For the right thing. YouTube downloader. Doink. 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 And I'll do the 721 just because it's quick. Again, started preparing. Oh, it says 44% done already. That's not 56. Okay, it's doing good. No, down to 17 now. Now it's up to 43 again. 85. Oh, this is exciting. Download. Let's see how long it takes to download. 3 minutes. Really? It's a 22 meg file. It's taking you 3 minutes to download. How? Is this like a Survivor game and you got to carry it in bits? I don't know, re-establish it. I don't know. It's 2 minutes now, but it's just annoying, isn't it? It's ironic an article about Doctor Who and sodomy is on a website called GoDaddy. Well, I guess so. Let's see, what does he say? There's in the Rolling Stone. Look how shit that was. Right? Like what an incredible failure, Russell. Thing is, they can't really do anything about it. Right? I mean, I don't think they probably could have changed this around in post, probably. To this end, Gatwa has noted that while many have taken to describing his version of Doctor as queer, he himself is reluctant to apply any human label to that other than because he's an alien, and then he calls them they. They've been all sorts of things. The labelless, that labelless and liverless. I think right there. Does he point out that they just label things the way he likes to label them? Dr. inclusivity and diversity and welcoming different people. Yeah, again, no, yes and no. Like the Cass report does clearly say this is very bad, right? And you know, it'd be one thing if this was a stunning Doctor Who, but it's not. It's this, right? I just don't think it's going very well, mate. Right? I don't. Every time I see this, I get short circuit. I go, "How can this be? Like, how can this be? Is there any Doctor Who news over here? Let's take bleeding cool." The space model. How Rusty Davies unlocking the show's true. Oh, that's look at this. Doctor Who showrunner Rusty Davies is focusing on the show's secret hearts, which is apparently coming in Shooting Gatwell's mouth. A riff on Peter Pan and a story about a lonely orphan. True. I mean, look, honestly, I'm being dismissive to it, but it's probably going to be bad. Right? That doesn't sound good. Here, how do I know?
Hamas.
Oh, the wrong one. Okay, that's clearly the wrong clip. This is what happens when you go to my computer. Video file. There you go.
He flies off.
Oh God, I can't stand that. Oh, great, Doctor. Fine, yeah, this is again. and like him being in his knickers, really. Look, Russell, this isn't very subtle, mate.
Oh! What if the Toymaker's domain is still lingering? Just for a few seconds while we're in a state of play.
Yeah, this again, the music, it's just... There's nothing about this that works. I know you put a lot of time, trouble, effort into it. This TARDIS set is shit. It's expensive shit. Shooting Gatwa, it doesn't really have authority. David Tennant's passed it, and they're all too busy virtual signaling.
Oh, so maybe... Hey, watch this. Watch.
Oh, yeah, wait. We have to have somebody in a wheelchair because everybody hates people in wheelchairs. Oh, absolutely.
Stand back. Go on, that's it. Donna.
Done that. I mean, like, he's just so fucking mincing.
Oh. Wish me luck. What for? We won the game. You get a prize, honey. Here is mine. Ta-da!
Yeah, it's not very good. I don't. Oh, I'm back. There you go. Church and Ruby Road. We'll go over here. Doink. But honestly, juxtaposing this with classic, it really shows up how weak this is, which I think is very weak. 1 second. Yeah, that's, again, why do I need to see a cross-dressing friend of Millie Gibson? I don't understand. Wait, where's his intro? The weird thing about luck. Here we go. Yeah, Russell, I get this is normal in your world. I'm married with 4 kids, right? And like most people, well, this is what you stop doing when you're 20, right? This is kind of pathetic, the way I look at it, and it really is. He's not even that good a fucking dancer. He's just gay and hot, okay? I actually quite like the Goblins, by the way. One touch to close, one touch to show me. Oh, okay. You're telling me this isn't a gay scene? Fuck you. Let's see him deliver a line.
Careful.
Thank you. But you were just over there.
Health and safety.
Again, and I actually quite like Church on Ruby Road. I don't know what to tell you. I genuinely actually quite liked it. Amazingly. All right, it's so bizarre, right? It's so bizarreville. What's the thing with Jinx Monsoon? Yeah. Oh, we're back. Here we go. Being raised and educated in America, I have been taught my entire life the importance of power of peaceful protest. Occupying areas and excluding Jews isn't a peaceful protest unless you're in Berlin 1932. You dumb cunt, right? Yes, it's part of American history. Yes, I can tell you. Look, also, unhinged anti-Semitism is part of American history as well, right? J. Edgar Hoover didn't like the Jews. I was taught this by my teachers, among other people. Well, the reason your whole this whole campus protest is going crazy is because of dumbass teachers teaching them absolute shit and essentially anti-Semitism. I cannot imagine educators turning students in a peaceful protest. It's not a peaceful protest. And maybe as you're about to headline Doctor Who, be like the headline villain, maybe this is not the time to come out pro-rape and murder of Jews. Right, mate. Although they don't really give a shit, do they? They don't really give a shit how bad they sound, right? Incredibly, they really don't. Amazingly, it's so bizarre, right? It's because they got no self-awareness. This world is truly nothing like the one I was told it would be as well. Yes, because people like you fucked it up. Frankly, right? Frankly, again, your peaceful protests were supporting this. Right? Okay. Was that a peaceful protest too? Oh no, I'm making this all up because I'm a Jew. Right? I'm one of those lying Jews, not one of those honest Hamas people. Like, why are you sticking your fucking nose into this area? Right? Even if that's what you think, maybe you shouldn't come out fascist, raping, murdered Jew hater on the eve of Doctor Who. Right? Maybe. I don't know. Back tomorrow night. The internet's looking fuzzy. I'll be back tomorrow night. I want to focus much more on Star Wars tomorrow, right? Because it's made the fall today. I want to focus more on Star Wars. There'll probably be more embarrassing Doctor Who stuff to go over. There's always so much embarrassing Doctor Who stuff to go over. It's a never-ending stream, which I think is what Russell Davis is kind of into. Fine, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again. Say good night. Good luck, and